We have to believe that everything we do amount to something, that somehow we make a difference. Sometimes in the heat of our inner struggles and battles, we become disillusioned and disappointed. But if we believe beyond all faith and hope beyond all hope, there will be a silver lining in the end. If we know where we are going, and since we are guided by this internal map in our hearts, sometimes all we have to do is to close our eyes, not while we're driving, and believe that obstacles before us are temporary. But further beyond the temporary dark clouds is a ray of hope from the sun. It is not easy, but it is worth a try. We have a choice. And if the sun were up, let us sleep and dream that there is light. Day 39, 100 meaningful days. I think one of the realizations in life, past your innocent childhood and all that, is that not everybody likes you. And whatever you do in your life, however hard it is that you try to please anybody or much more everybody, people will dislike you for the silliest reasons and like you for the silliest reasons as well. For me, ever since I was a child, I've always believed that who you are is gonna be painted by your internal likings and your visions and your goal in life. Nobody should be able to dictate you where you're going. Of course, it's not going to be easy, and several times along the way you will have to walk alone because not everybody will like you for everything that you are doing. And I'm always encouraged by what Les Brown said. He said that only you can see your vision. Other people, they see only your past. And not all your past. They don't even see or know what led you to do such things. Usually people only remember the bad things. So it really doesn't matter whether you wear the wrong dress in certain occasions 10 years ago, or whether you puked on the floor. Nobody remembers that, and if they do, so what the hell, who the fuck cares, man? People remember the wrong things. And the most important thing is that you don't remember the wrong things as well. Les Brown said, people just see your past. Only you can see your visions and your future. The future that is not yet a reality. But you have to believe in that because it was shown to you by the universe or your angel or God or mentor, whatever it is. It was shown to you because you are going to be the receptacle from where it will come. You are going to be the source of that miracle of the future. And if you don't believe that, who else will, right? So don't try to please anybody. Don't try to please everybody. just look at your goal. The goal is what moves you as a person. That goal may seem to be impossible now, but if you believe it so hard and you work very hard for it, every step that you're moving towards it is an obstacle cleared. And if there are 100 steps towards your goal, that's one less step towards your goal. If there are 1,000,000 steps, steps towards your goal, then it will still be one step lesser than the 1,000,000 steps. So maybe you would just need to walk a little faster, but sooner you'll be able to make it. I think the most appropriate saying or words of wisdom for that was the one I posted in my, I guess it's an Instagram post from June 5 of 2014. Day 55 of 100 happy days. It is better to be hated for who you are than to be loved for what you are not. By Andre Gide. As humans, we couldn't help it. We couldn't help but be sad when things don't go our own way. We have this set of beliefs about ourselves. We have this certain hopes and longing and grasping for a situation or a scenario wherein things would go our own way and everything will be perfect as we imagine it to be. But life is what happens, according to John Lennon, when you're busy making other plans. And you will see that several times along this long travel of ours in this thing called life, you will see that all your plans, maybe 99.5% of them, will not happen the way you planned it to be. There's always a surprise. Sometimes the surprise is happy, sometimes the surprise is a little bad. Most of the times, a person who is not flexible with his vision for himself would be a little depressed or disappointed or sad about what's going on in his or her life. When you're a baby, or not a baby, but when you're a child, right? And you want a certain toy or something, and then you ask for that toy, and your parents could not afford it, and say, you cannot force us to buy that toy. That's too expensive for you. If you're not flexible, you would cower in childhood, depression of sorts, at least in a little while. My mother always has the perfect words to say in that kind of a situation. She would say, okay, if I will buy that toy for you, you will not go to school for 6 months. Is that something that you would want to do? And then she would recount to you the things that will happen to you if you miss school, and then everybody is already working, you're still studying. And in your mind, you're always thinking about that and say, okay, maybe she knows best. I don't know. I'm just a child anyway. And sooner or later, you realize, hey, you may be a little depressed, you may be angry, you may be sad at that moment, but then life continues to unfold itself minute by minute, actually second by second, and it's turning out okay, and your parents are correct, and the universe is correct in that sense, and you're being led to a better choice. We are all like children. I remember when I was 20 years old or something, I was still planning to be a priest during those times, and there was this cat of ours who I think at that time was very hungry, and I was carrying a hot kettle of boiling kettle of water, of course, and it was trying to ask for that which I'm holding. Maybe it was thinking that I'm going to feed it, the cat. And immediately, what made what my realization at that point is that, as a man, as a human, our difference is very small between the human and the cat. And yet, if I give whatever the cat is asking, it would be hurt, And sometimes in life, we ask the wrong things. We think that whatever we are asking would be beneficial to us and will make us happy, and it won't be hurting us. But as that movie, I don't remember that title, but it says, be careful what you ask for, right? Be careful what you ask for, because it might just come true, and it does come true. It will only bring you sadness and failure. So sometimes when you ask for a certain thing, or when you push for a certain thing, what life gives you, what the universe gives you, what God gives you, is something a little bit stranger and different. In the end, I don't know whether we just accept it. Things go well. Things are suddenly okay again. So we are like children. We are like the cat on the floor asking for a boiling kettle of water, or a kettle of boiling water. Sorry about that. Right? So sometimes we wish, or we ask for the wrong things, and we feel sad because it doesn't happen. But for me, what I realized for the longest time is that everything happens for a purpose. Everything happens for the best of the best. And whatever it is, it may seem to be the most horrible thing, most horrible permutation of things, but in the end, it becomes normal again, and it turns out to be for the very best, no matter how seemingly bad it may be. So look beyond the clouds of despair, of tears in your eyes while you ask for that toy gun, or that little bank. I used to ask that when I was young. A toy, because in the long run, there are better things in store for you that you don't understand while you are still young.